You gotta go to college if you want to be successful. Does that ring a bell to you? Because it does to me. Like the modern age of, if you don't go to college and if you don't get a good education, well, sorry, but the world nowadays, you need 2 degrees. It's so much more competitive because if you want to make it in the job market, you have. What do you want? What do you actually want? Because I don't know about you, but I have spent most of my life being told by other people what I ought to do as if they knew what was better for me more than I know. Have you not noticed that? That everybody around you seems to tell you and seems to have an idea of exactly what you ought to do? I don't get that. And this day and age, the whole idea that is being projected on social media, like this right here, what we're doing is supposed to be healing, and it is healing. And this is the one side of social media that I enjoy, and that's what I try to deliver, right? It's actual healing and help, because that's the beauty of it. Social media can allow you to reach so many people and do so much good. Though advertising and social media and targeted advertising is built to make you feel like you should be doing more, that you have to be more, that you have to make your mark on the world, and that if you don't, you're a failure. And I think that that's one of the saddest things in the world, for somebody to be able to tell you, if you don't do X, you have no worth. Why do we accept that? Why is that something that we've all decided is okay? And everybody's spewing the garbage. Does it make you feel good? Do you like that feeling? Do you like the feeling of people telling you, you gotta do these things, otherwise you're freaking pathetic? Is that really the way that you want to live your life? So then why do we accept that like it's the easiest thing in the world? Like we just have to do that. I mean, if we were born here in the forest, guess what you gotta be? A forest dweller. Be self-sufficient, go hunt, go gather, and live. That's it. That is your only obligation. The Amish people, okay, think about it this way. If I went to the Amish folk, if you don't know what the Amish are, basically they live out of the way, they live on their own, they don't do technology, none of that stuff. It's not about like the modern age. They just exist. They're self-sufficient. They farm, they have crops, they have like wild, what do they call it, livestock. I don't know why I was about to say wildlife. I mean, they are in wildlife. But it's all about them just being self-sufficient. They don't need us. They just got themselves. They got the people they care about. They got community. And it's amazing. And it's all about connecting with people and just taking care of yourselves and enjoying your life. That's it. That's the only expectation. Imagine if I was to go out to the Amish community, or if you wasn't, and said, hey guys, it's okay. Like, you don't have to be more. You can be free. And you don't have to stress about being the next big thing. You can just enjoy your life. They're gonna look at me and go, yeah, finally it seems like you came around. That's what we've been doing this entire time. And I'll be like, oh, well, okay. So the largest expectation of us is to be some kind of person that changes the world. Allow me to come to you from my perspective. I dropped out of college to pursue social media, and that was a very hard choice because my parents are medical. My mom's a nurse, my dad's a doctor. My mom's Indian, by the way. I have an Indian family. You know the stereotypes of how Indians are all medical and smart and all this stuff. They are. And that side of the family for me is very much so educated. Like my grandfather, he's a lawyer. He got all that shit. They do real estate, they do all kinds of very, very fancy things. And meanwhile, you had me who was like, I want to be an artist. Before I get ahead of myself, dad's a doctor, sister's going to be a nurse, my cousins are going to be nurses, I have aunts who are nurses, my stepdad's a doctor. So all around me in my upbringing, it's all about these people who want to go and do these big medical things. And so I was told that I should do that too, specifically because, and likely what you've been told, I'm gonna make enough money. It's gonna be stable income. If I go and get this degree, then I'm going to be able to get a stable job, 9 to 5. I'm gonna have all my needs met. I'll be able to raise a family because I have consistent income. Well, for me, being a doctor sounds horrible. Absolutely horrible. I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to take care of people that way. I want to do what I'm doing right now. I want to be able to spread a positive influence by showing people you can look different than everybody else and still do amazing things. You know, I gotta dry my bald head because, man, I sweat. I got no hair to catch it, bro. I also have no eyebrows or eyelashes to fix the sweat that's going in my eyeballs. That's why I'm here under this nice tree. You can't see this one sitting on nice log. Anyway, so yeah, I was like, no, I want to go and tell jokes. I want to be a comedian. I want to make videos online. I've been doing videos, making videos back whenever the Fujifilm cameras were around, and that was a popular thing just because I felt like it. I just like making goofy videos. Like PewDiePie, Smosh were big inspirations of mine because they were just dudes who were doing their thing, just being themselves, being goofy, playing games, talking about stuff. That is so much fun. That is so much fun. It's just showing people how to enjoy themselves and how to live life, and to be a part of that, to set the example. Because it's one thing that you may not realize is just how powerful being and leading by example is. Like, just showing people this is how I operate in my life, and I've allowed myself to be free, and I've allowed myself to have what I want. Because think about this, what is it that right now you want? What do you want that you're not allowing yourself to have? Because somebody else has told you that you can't have it, that you shouldn't have it, or that it's a 1 in a million chance, so you're wasting your time and you ought to do something else that's more stable. Matthew McConaughey actually had, it was Jim Carrey. Matthew McConaughey has a lot of other fantastic stuff. Jim Carrey talked about this in one of his presentations that he gave. Very brilliant, you know, Jim Carrey, Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, Bruce Almighty, a bunch of fantastic movies, Liar Liar, one of the greatest comedians that's out there. And what he said was, growing up, his dad had got the safe choice. He got a sense of humor from his dad, and his dad was hilarious, and his dad could have been a comedian, but his dad made the safe choice of being an accountant. Imagine that. Imagine being a funny guy and saying, I'm gonna go do the books, I'm gonna look at numbers, and I'm gonna do math. Oh, math's not very funny to me, I don't know. What does that even, it's so sad. And then he goes and does this as an accountant, loses his job, and now his family had to scramble for money. And so Jim Carrey said what he learned from that is, you can fail doing the thing that's the safe choice. You can fail doing the thing that you don't want. So you might as well take a chance on what you do want, which is what I did. And when I dropped out of college and decided that I was going to do the social media thing, the scary part for me was, okay, I am going against the wishes and thoughts of like what the safe choice would be. I'm very grateful that family to some capacity was like, you know what, we don't know what you're doing, go ahead and do it. And I mean, it scared the living shit out of them. Like, what is he doing? Like, that is a long shot in hell for him to go and make a successful career out of social media. And this is meant to show you, this is the level of success that I've found only because I decided to do what I want to do. I'm 23, I'm making more than doctors do, because I decided that I was going to do what I want to do. And when you make that deliberate choice to do what you love, you work with unlimited motivation to make it happen. And it's not like you don't have to have the things that everybody else tells you to do to find success. And the problem is, people measure success in this day and age by money. And what I don't like, and you probably experienced the like, everybody will judge you based off of your schooling, where you're going, like as far as college goes, and what you want to do. So if you told somebody right now, I want to be a janitor, don't you think they might stop talking to you? Don't you think that they're going to look at you kind of crazy, like, really? Really? And let's hold for a second. Let's just say, because you just enjoy it. You like cleaning, it makes you happy. You like being, say, in a school environment, and you want to be a janitor at a school. Okay, who are you, first of all, to say to somebody else, well, you can't find enjoyment doing that? There's no way that somebody can find enjoyment doing that. You should do more in life. You should want more in life. You do realize that is your programming coming up of you have to be more. Why do you have to be more? Why do you need to leave a mark on the world? Do you realize that that's a lot of responsibility? Sorry, I thought there was a snake coming. There's a couple of them out here, and you'll start to hear them in the grass as they come out. Oh yeah, no, I'm vibing, bro. Like, that's a horrible thought. Your programming is that you must make a mark, but if you are the person who is single-handedly responsible for changing the world and changing the foundation of everything, if you were one, how is one person going to do that? We're supposed to work together to create a greater world, but the thing is, a greater world is accomplished when a lot of us find peace of mind. And you can rest your mind and satisfy yourself with the things that you really enjoy. If you wake up every day and you dread going to work, you dread the future, you dread going into school because you are moving towards something that makes you miserable, that's not a life that's worth living. Even if it brings monetary success, it's not worth it, because what good is money if you can't enjoy it? Because you're just stressed out all the time. You're running yourself thin, and it's horrible. Me deciding that I'm going to do what I want to do gave me so much motivation, because suddenly then it's like, I want this so badly, I am going to stop at nothing to make it happen. That level of determination you can only have when you decide to do the thing that you feel you were fashioned to do, that you were brought here to do. Why would you work relentlessly for a dream that is somebody else's dream, your parents' dream, your friend's dream, your grandmother's dream, your dog's dream, your dog's dream, your dog's dream? It's not going to work well for you, because it can't work well for you. Your brain, your subconscious will not let you. Why would it? You are literally moving yourself in a direction of misery. You are focusing on, how do I get to the thing that everybody else thinks that I should do, that I'm gonna hate for the rest of my life. Think about what age you are, whether you're 19 and looking at this, 7 years old and watching this, 47 years old and watching this. Maybe you're gonna die tomorrow, but you're watching this. Like, think about how much time you probably have left in the best case scenario. You wanna spend that miserable? Do you want to spend that waking up every single day like, oh God, I got to do that thing again, and I got to do this routine I don't like. I got to go into work and deal with those people, sit here for these hours, get this little pay, 9 to 5, and then I come home and I'm just so exhausted because I didn't like my job. I have no energy. I don't even want to, I like playing guitar, but now I get home from my crappy job. I don't want to play guitar because I'm drained. Well, guess what? If you're doing what you love, you have this energy that carries you through. This is why I have energy every single day, because I have a routine that I enjoy. I wake up, I eat a good breakfast, I go to the gym, I eat very good food that is good for my body, and I decide intentionally, how do I help people today, through comedy or through motivation? Because that is something that's fulfilling to me. And when I go to bed every night, I know my very existence is the reason that somebody else's life is better. Because I find my satisfaction through service. And arguably speaking, every single person can find satisfaction through service. But that means tapping into your unique qualities and what it is that you know you have in yourself that can serve. And the place to start with that is, well, what do you enjoy? And ask yourself this question. It's a very simple question, and I'm surprised how many people have never answered it. If money was no object, if you didn't have to worry about money and you knew at least your basic needs were going to get met, you're going to have, a roof over your head, you're going to get food on the table and all that. Money's no object, you know you're going to be just fine. And you can do whatever you want. You know you're going to be fine. What do you want to do? Because a lot of the times what might come up is, I want to be an artist. It might be, well, my parents want me to be a doctor, but I really want to be a lawyer. It might be, my parents want me to be an architect, but I'd rather be a teacher. And sometimes that's a salary trade, right? And that's the thing, is you're once again clinging to the monetary aspect of it. And that's not sustaining. Coming from somebody too, who now at a very young age has money, and I was splurging and getting all these ridiculous things that I didn't need, going on all these trips, buying all these expensive dinners, renting cars I didn't need to rent. And now I have like a nice car, and I enjoy it, and I got it now because I'm like, I can afford this, but I don't need to be ridiculous, because this doesn't bring me long-term satisfaction. It's like, if you spend a lot of money on these things, like food even, expensive food's not good on its own. Expensive food is good as an experience you share with the people that you love. I believe in buying experiences, treating people to things that they would never otherwise have, or just creating a great time. Because see, here's the thing, sitting out here is so peaceful. I could bring a couple of friends, we all get, let's call it simple, let's say we just get a couple of beers, sit out here, have a chat, enjoy the nature. It's a great time. And we could even sit out here with some water, some free water, just sit and chat and have an awesome time. You don't need money to have great experiences. And great experiences are something that it's always going to be free. It's always going to be free. And in order to be able to even find your own version of success, you have to detach yourself from monetary success. But our society is very much driven by monetary success. And here, before we get to the other point, I just want to point out, if you are willing to work and stop at nothing and you have unlimited motivation because you chose to be in a job that makes you happy, you are going to bring in the income more than you could ever expect, more than you could ever imagine, more than the people telling you not to do that thing could ever imagine, because of that determination and motivation that you will find naturally. It's within you. And it's always been within you, and it's always going to be within you, but you have to be the one to make the choice to say, I want this, and I'm going for it. And I understand that not everybody is going to be able to be in that position. It might be that your parents control you as of right now. It might be that somebody else has a grip on you right now. That is not permanent. And here's the thing. I'm not going to sit here and say, well, you don't have the resources, so give up. What good does that do for you? And that's what I don't like. And if you're saying to yourself right now, I hear you, Nico, but I can't. What good does it do to you to say that you can't? What good does it do to you to not at least find something that you can do to get yourself going in that right direction? Like, say for example, well, you want to be a guitarist, but your parents don't want you to play the guitar and all that shit, and you're in school for, let's say they want you to be an analyst of some kind. Cool, fantastic. But you come home and you're just exhausted and blah, blah, blah. If you take the time a day, 15 minutes a day, maybe even less, maybe even more, play the guitar. YouTube, that's a thing. We all have access to it. It's how you're watching this. Play guitar. Look at some lessons. Have fun with it. Just keep doing that. And guess what? One day you're going to get better. You're going to get better and better and better, because if you do 15 minutes a day, whatever it is that you love, eventually it gets done. Eventually you improve because you're working on it every day. It's so simple to just take small steps into doing the things that we want to do. And we have every single force and voice working against us to keep us from the thing that we want to do. And it's so silly that we convince ourselves that we don't deserve it, that we shouldn't have it, that it's just not practical. Making the leap of doing social media was one of the scariest things in the entire world, because the odds of even making it are just insane. In the book that I'm a part of, I actually wrote a chapter talking about how when I had my first viral video and I knew that I could use it to leverage, the alopecia community. The video was me drawing on angry eyebrows, and people with alopecia and the internet thought that was hilarious. And it was my way of showing like, hey, I don't look like everybody else, but what does that even matter? And I had people with alopecia reach out to me, and I went and chatted with them and I helped them. Then I made my organization. We're like 600 alopecians strong, and it's just all about acceptance, loving yourself, and being like, I don't care that I have alopecia and I look different. I'm a person, dude. I just can't grow hair. Who cares? It's just hair. It really is. And I have people with alopecia who would fight me on that. But it's like, bro, it's not that serious. The only reason why we believe it's that serious is because we live in a society that believes that, and we've allowed that to be perpetuated. Think about it this way. If you decided today that you're good enough and nobody else can tell you otherwise, you are. It starts with you. You can't find validation in the external world, which is the same reason why you can't look at what everybody else thinks you should do and say, this is going to be what gives me purpose, because if I follow their rule book, well, then I'm going to be fulfilled. How could their rule book possibly be what serves you? You have your own rule book. You have your own beliefs on what's going to work for you. You have to be able to go and take initiative and do that. When I took the leap for social media, I was thinking, bro, it's all or nothing. and I got to find some way to make this sustainable. I got to find a way to continue making series and things that are going to bring in a consistent income, so that way I can live and do this thing. And I love this. I know that I can connect with my audience. I can go so much further. I can heal people. And when you believe in that, and you're just like, I have the ability to make this world a better place by just being myself and being true to myself. The power that you have, it's locked within you, and it comes out the moment that you allow yourself to have the thing that you need, that you want, that you love. Do you really want to live the rest of your life trying to live somebody else's dream? Or do you want to start living your own and step into the power to where the next 70 years of your life, 20 minutes of your life, if you're dying in the next 20 minutes because you're 99 years old, whatever it may be, just allow yourself to have that thing. Give it a try. Try something small that gets you moving in that direction. If you know that you want to study philosophy, but you are currently in an accounting major, pick up a couple books, look at some YouTube videos, just check it out. I mean, hey, you're making a step by coming to this, right? It's so simple. It's so simple to just allow yourself to have what you need. And I think the main point that I'm getting at here is the simplest, easiest way to get started is to just say, I'm good enough. I want to be happy. I want to feel free. I want to live a life that is my life, that is not what somebody else wants. And I'm not going to convince myself that I have to listen to them. I'm going to make a conscious choice to start moving in the direction of what I need. Because if you know what you want and it becomes what you need for yourself, this is what Matthew McConaughey describes, that's heaven on earth. Exactly what you want is exactly what you need. That's beautiful. That is the place where you will find inner peace. For me, having money and having fame, that does not bring personal life satisfaction. And it's funny because you would think that it probably would. Everybody wants the money. Everybody wants the fame. Fame, honestly, arguably, it sucks a lot of the times, because you want to go out in public, you want to chill, you want to be able to do whatever the hell you want to do without being interrupted. And I love fans. I absolutely adore fans. I love giving them that time of day. So majority of the time being approached, I love it because it's a way of people saying like, hey, thank you. And I love it. I love those interactions. And then there's some days where I'm out and say I'm at an arcade with my friends. This is actually a real thing. So over at an arcade with my friends, it was his birthday. And there was this group of kids who, it was like 12 of them, who recognized me. And normally I have a soft spot for younger kids, because I'm like, I know if I met my hero at that age, I'd be really upset if I didn't get to say hi. I kind of feel, you don't get it as a kid that people need their space and people are busy. Oh, there's a ant biting me. So that day though, the mother of those kids was kind of looking over as they approached. We were eating and they came up in the middle of me eating, and it was me and my friend and his girlfriend at the time. And I was like, hey, I'm kind of busy right now. I'm eating. I'm just here to hang out, but that's that. And then they kept, from a distance, were watching our table, watching us eat, and it was so uncomfortable. It's like 12 kids watching me eat like I'm a circus show, like a circus animal. And then I'm going to the bathroom and I tell my friend Chris, I'm like, Chris, can you come with me to the bathroom, because I'm worried that they're gonna follow me. We go to the bathroom. All 12 kids follow me into the fucking bathroom, climbing on the stalls, on the freaking like counter with the sinks. And it's like, we see you, we know you're in the... What? I'm in the stall trying to freaking pee, and there's kids outside acting like they're freaking monkeys. And it's like, dude, I'm a person. I'm trying to use the bathroom. Leave me the fuck alone. That is a real thing. That sucks balls, dude. That's not what somebody should have to deal with. Like, I don't view myself as any more special than the next person, because I'm not. I'm a person just like you, and I hate it. This is another thing about the age of social media. You look at these celebrities and popular media and idolize them. They are people. I am a person just like you. I started this journey 3.5 years ago, and if you met me before that, you probably would act different towards me, because you don't think, Nicholas Roman. So why is it that because of my job and what I do, suddenly then I get treated differently, and I have to worry now about if people want to talk to me because they want to take advantage of me or not? I now have to worry when I get into relationships if they want me because they love me or because they want what I got. Does that sound like a good life to you? Because it can be a great life, and I got to improve with my abilities to handle it. But let me tell you, it is not as glamorous as it sounds. And also when it comes to money, mo problems, as they say, because then you start to worry once you have it, what if I lose it? What if something happens? What if social media falls apart? What if I just can't maintain this? What if blah, blah, blah? You will give yourself more things to worry about. This is why you have to pull it in and say, what do I love? What can I do? And what's something that just because I love it, I would feel good doing it. I'd wake up every day, I'd jump out of bed, ecstatic to go to work. I'd be working extra hours just because I love it. I could see myself at 11:30 at night just being fueled doing this thing because I lost track of time. I was playing the guitar there. Some people, right? Out there playing the guitar, it's 11:30 at night just because you're like, I freaking love this. I should start swearing because that's how I talk. I freaking love this shit. I fucking love this shit. Playing the guitar. Huzzah. If that's what makes you happy, do that shit. Do it. What? Why would you deny yourself the thing that's going to bring you joy? How does that serve you? In the grand scheme of your life, there's no reason. No reason to deny yourself. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about what it is that really brings you joy. Think about what obstacles have you put in your way and allowed yourself to think are obstacles that you can get over. What can you do to get over them? That might be your parents. It might be discipline. It might be that you're exhausted doing certain things that you got to stop doing. Maybe you're spending your time, sitting around whenever you kind of sulking about how life sucks, when you could start moving towards, well, how can I help myself to feel better? How can I help myself to move closer towards what I love? And you'll notice as you allow yourself to pick up the things that bring you joy, it gives you a sense of value and self-worth, because you're like, wow, I feel energized. Like I'm the person that I love. I'm the person that I imagine myself to be in my highest form, and I'm allowing myself to do this. And when you walk into school, you walk into work, you walk anywhere, you just feel that confidence because you're like, I'm doing it. I'm doing these things. I am the best version of myself. I am that bitch who is actually doing the shit, my shit, what I have to do because it's just me and my very being craves it and yearns for it and loves it. If you can do that for yourself and decide today that you're gonna even start 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes a day, doing a little bit more of what you love. And if you really, really know, and I know some of you watching this are right on the cusp and needed that message from somebody who's made it to say, you can do it. I'm telling you, I'm no more special than the average person. I just decided that I was gonna let myself have what I needed for myself. And the rest has been history. Make your choice today to stop denying yourself that. That might be a major change. That might mean quitting your job. That might mean a lot of things. It might mean changing relationships. It might be cutting off some friends. It might be having a conversation with your mom about what you love. And here's the thing I'm gonna leave you with too about parents. Your parents typically, unless they hate you, they want what's best for you. So that means, and I had to understand this within my parents who were very skeptical obviously about what I'm doing, and my grandmother who's, be an ophthalmologist, Nico, go and make big doctor money. Your parents want what's best for you, as my parents have wanted what's best for me. That means that they're going to push me based off of what they were taught, what they think leads to the safest and most secure life. It's not personal. It's not that they don't even support your ambitions. It's that they were told, hey, that's to them. They were told, hey, being an artist or going and doing this other job is not a stable thing, and you should consider doing this because it's more stable. That's how they became doctors. That's how they became the way that they are. That's how they ended up not having that thing, not having that stable income, and want you to have it because they know what it feels like to be miserable in their environment. But it's likely because, well, they're not happy with their job. They're not happy with their job. So they don't feel fucking good. They just don't. That means if you have a conversation with your parents, if you know they're accepting, and I'm not telling you to do this if you don't feel comfortable doing this. I'm suggesting this because I've done the like, and I think it's important. Your parents want what's best for you. If you actually sit down with your parents and say, mom, dad, dad, they, hey, I really want to do this. And I know that in your mind, you see me having a future in this because it's stable. And I know you want what's best for me, and I love you, and I appreciate you for that. But I need to do this for me. I have this dream that I want, and mom and dad, I don't think I'm gonna be happy unless I do that. I don't think that I'm really going to love my life. And I know that I will die miserable knowing I didn't do what I really wanted to do. I need it. I need it because my life's not complete without it. And I hope that you can understand that this is me. This is me. And if you want what's best for me, I need this from you. And I love you. And I hope that you can understand that I have to do this. I don't want to die saying what if. I want to die saying I did everything that I had to do. And what if that means that I find great success in what it is that I want? Because I can guarantee you I will stop at nothing to get what I want, because that's a future that I want. Give it a whirl. Remember that success is subjective. Your idea of success is not my idea of success, is not their idea of success, is not anyone's idea of success. For me, success means I love what I do every day. I'm making an impact on people that makes their lives better. Great friendships, great relationships, great relations with my family, to be surrounded by love, to be able to have leisure time to be in nature and connect with myself, leisure time to read and grow a deeper connection with my spirituality. That is my success. And I have it every day because I chose to find it and I chose to grab it and take it into me. You can have your version of success starting today if you start working towards it and you stop denying yourself the thing that you know that you need. Allow yourself to be all that you can be. Allow yourself to be the person that you know that you already are, who's waiting, who's trapped inside of you and is saying, please, for the love of God, let me out of this cage so that I can shine. Let that light shine through you. Let everything that you were meant to be come right out of you. It's there. You just have to realize that it's there and stop denying it and stop letting everyone else convince you that it's not there. No matter who you are, even if you don't believe me right now, it's there. If you believe me, guess what? It's the truth. It's there. And if you don't believe me, what good does it do you to tell me that I'm wrong for believing in you? Is not believing in yourself going to get you more of what you want? Sure as hell isn't. So you might as well believe in yourself anyway. And if you can't, start trying. I know that all of us have a very, very special light. And really all it takes is to finally say, I deserve goodness, and I'm going to get it. I'm going to let myself live the life that I want to live, and I will stop at nothing to allow myself to find inner peace. Joy. Joy will come when you let yourself have what you need. There's going to be more talks like this, so like, subscribe, share this with somebody who needs to hear it, because a lot of people really deserve to tap into who they are, to stop denying themselves love from themselves. The day that you believe in you more than I believe in you is the day that you'll notice that everything that you want will come right to you.